Alright everyone, welcome back to Florida racing here in IMSA, and we are back at Texas for Petit Daytona. That's right. So don't have our Petit Le Mans track to be able to go to, so we're here at Petit Daytona, which of course is Texas. So this should be fun. We got the beautiful Florida racing Aston Martin here. We are now in qualifying, had a good practice session. Let's see what we can do. So love this track, one of my favorites to race on. Definitely a totally different style of racing with the kind of roval setup. Also a beautiful look at Texas MotorSpeedway here as well. Track looks absolutely awesome. I think this is the first time I've played it with my Omen gaming monitor, and so it's running at 120 megahertz refresh rate, so it looks very, very clean to me. Let's see how it turns out on the screen recording from the Xbox, but it looks really, really good. I like it. Alright, so it does take us a little while to get everything warmed up. Once we're warmed up tire-wise, then we can really get some good times going on here. But we do have the GTP class, we have the LMP2s, we've got GTD and GTD Pro, and of course we are part of the GTD Pro class as per usual. So we'll have to see what we do next year. Definitely looking forward to doing something similar once again, where we try to follow the IMSA schedule. Going to be potentially looking again Project Motor Racing and trying that out, so we're going to see what tracks are in there and see if we can make a full schedule. If not, then we might just go ahead and continue running this, as well as, once again, it's still one of my favorite sims to be able to go to. Definitely a lot of fun and greatly enjoy the challenge. And we see we're in the green. This turn right here, I keep having a really hard time. That long right-hander, very, very tough for me to be able to figure that out. So we got to see if we can get the speed down correctly, because that's definitely losing us a lot of time. We also got the Bathurst 1000 at Mount Panorama going on, I think, this weekend as well. So got to check that out and see if we can run maybe some laps for that. That would be kind of cool. So we'll have to see what all we do. Busy weekend of racing in the world, but also busy weekend of racing for moi. So we'll see how we can get this done. The Texas MotorSpeedway looks absolutely beautiful. So it took me a little while to figure out what gearing we need, because you need a good balance of fast acceleration gearing, so you have plenty of torque throughout the basically the infield course, and we're going to totally mess up this lap time. But you also need plenty of acceleration on 5th and 6th gears, so that you can get enough top speed through the oval portion of the track, because it's pretty long. So you got to be able to get some good speed. Make sure we're giving this guy some room here. There he goes. All right, that's a little bit better for that corner. Not as much braking to make sure the car's pointing in the right direction, so that's good. So we've got to keep working on that. Ooh, get somebody on the inside. Like racing with a mirror, always good to know where your guys are coming up on. Ooh, I'm going to get a little loose there. Go off track. A little bit too much input and not enough traction to compensate there. We've got a guy to our inside. Should be able to come down. There we go. What kind of speed we get. So it's taking us usually about 3 laps to start getting a good read on the temperature. Track temperature has come up, so that's going to change how we're qualifying. We're about 21st right now. We can definitely do a little bit better. There we go. Car slipped a little bit there in the corner, so that's not really helping us, but we're still in the green right now. Not stop my braking zone enough. Try and ride it out here, and we're going to be off track. Trying to keep it out of those guys' reach. Yeah, we're going to mess that up. So, missed my braking zone. I was trying to pay attention to the GTP guys that were behind me, because they were going to want past either way. Okay, we're still in the green, but we can definitely have some time that we can improve upon. But yeah, tires have finally come in. That's why you're seeing such a good lap time, as the tires have come in. So that's That's what we were waiting for, and now the tires are... Oh, good night. What are we doing? Wow, look at that. Yeah. So, cooler temps this weekend here in beautiful Texas. And that's causing the track to be doing some different temperatures and whatnot. But yeah, you can see it. This is how long it's taken for our soft tires to come in. So obviously everybody using the soft tires for qualifying. And then of course we got to go switch over to hard tires for the race itself, just to make sure that we make it through. There we go. And that puts us to 16th. We're going to keep going here. Got loose there. That's going to lose us some time. Swing it out here. Let's brake this time, please. There we go. See if we can't get around this corner a little bit better. Ooh, yep, cutting off some time. Yeah, because we just totally messed up the entry there last time, and that really did not help us out. So we're kind of running a little bit of green there. So yeah, we messed up corners 1 and 2. And so that really didn't help us on the time. If we'd gotten those correct, that wouldn't have been a bad idea. But the car kind of slipped around a little bit. It'll be green here. Not enough brake going into that corner. Still practicing on this while we're qualifying. So anyways, guys, let me know, how is your weekend going? Are you excited to be watching the last 4 races of the NASCAR season, and are you excited for NASCAR 25, which is going to be releasing, I think it's this week, yeah, this upcoming week on Tuesday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that is when it's coming. Going to be pretty cool to see what everybody on the consoles is able to do with the game. Good night. I've messed up turns 1 and 2 once again. Good night. Yeah, we'll just do that. But anyways, so I could have, if I had really wanted to, I really could have gone out, gotten a $500 console, then gotten the game, and then also had to then pay for the game again to play on PC. But it's just like, that financially does not make any sense for me to do that. It just that's a waste of money, as that's probably the only game that I'd actually play on the Xbox, since I can get it on PC. It just didn't make any sense to do that. But anyways, we will wait until November, I think it's, what is it, November 11th or November, yeah, November 11th, so Veterans Day is when it should be releasing, and so as soon as I can get that, we will be working on getting some content done for that, so that'll be fun. But also, we will be also doing some NASCAR challenges here in the future, so try and play through all the NASCAR Heat 5 challenges. That should be fun. Haven't done those in a while. I think I've did a few, but I don't think I've actually recorded that many of them. So that should be a fun experience, and we'll see how those how that goes. But yeah, that should be fun. So look forward to that. And I keep messing up turns 1 and 2 somehow here. Ooh, and we don't have much tire left as the car's telling me. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and go back to our pit box here. We are going to switchy our tires here to hards. Yeah, let's go ahead and save over the existing. There we go. And we're going to test out the car here with the hard tires on and see how that does. It's going to be kind of a different experience, obviously, with the temperatures the way they are, but just go ahead and get some experience. I think we got a decent lap time there overall, so I think we're pretty well locked into where we need to be. I think it's a Corvette that keeps beating our time there, so I have to watch out for him, but I think we can be competitive here pretty well, and should be able to get some good lap times. But feel what these hard tires are going to do on the track, and just go ahead and get a set of these worn in so that we know what we're going to be looking at. I don't think we're going to be able to improve our time. We've got a good read on how these hard tires are going to work, though. We definitely have good grip levels throughout the race, so definitely look forward to that. We should be cycling into the nighttime, which will be different, but it is a 12-hour race simulated Petit Commands typically, so that's what we're going to be working on with Petit Daytona here. Ooh, and we just knocked off that guy's wing. He's not going to have good lap there. Sorry about that, dude. Yeah, I'm not going to gain any more time, it doesn't look like. Well, maybe. No, we're not going to gain any more time. Alright. We'll bring the car on down to pit road here. Alright, let's get ready to go racing here right after these messages. Alright guys, it is race time. We got the whole field here. Let's get ready to go racing at Texas Motor Speedway and Petit Le Mans. It is off. So a few times this year we've had our secondary car run here, but because this is Petit Daytona, everybody wanted to show up, so we couldn't get our secondary car into the grid, unfortunately, but that is okay. Tires are already warmed up from the... I'm amazed that we saved that. That was insane. I was sure we were going into the tire barrier. Tires are warmed up, so that's one of those things under the heat up laps that they simulate, and unfortunately I have not raced with tires straight already with pressures and everything all set up, so that's always different to feel here. We're keeping up with the NMP2s here pretty good, so we have an advantage here. We already got tires at temp, so that's helping us really, excuse me sir, really get going here. So once everybody gets spread out, we should start seeing speed differences here. It's just everybody getting up to speed, tires and all that. Different for everybody. Yep, and there's the speed difference I was expecting as they start to pull away. If you guys enjoy racing content on the channel, if you guys would like to consider becoming a member and helping the channel out on a monthly basis, or checking out the merch store and getting yourself some cool stickers, mugs, or the 20-ounce. Actually, I think I have a 20-ounce too, but the 40-ounce tumblers, which keep your liquids very, very cool. Put a little bit of ice in there and it stays cool all day long. Or if you have no AC in the house, it will keep it cool all night long too. So that really, really helps. But yeah, if you guys want to check out the merch shop or become a member and help the channel out, I would appreciate that greatly. Thanks guys for just coming along and watching as well, because that also means a whole lot. Alright, we are 7 seconds faster than opening lap, which makes a whole lot of sense, but still, 7 seconds faster, that is a huge gain right there. Yeah, car is definitely driving a lot different with the tires already preheated from warm-up laps and everything, so we got to get that equalized. So right now we have a pretty clear weather, it would appear. We are expecting once night falls that we're going to get some overcast and some heavier clouds, potentially fog as we enter the nighttime. That is expected, but no rain in the forecast as far as I know. Alright, 165 into turn 1. Kind of run in the middle lane there, that kind of helps the car from slipping. Alright, that is a nice lap 1 and 2 there. We do have the hard tires on board the car. And as you can see, we are not wearing those tires out nearly as fast as we would have if we were running soft. So that is definitely helpful. And thankfully, I knew that we got the Corvette back there. He's the blue guy. He's the guy we got to worry about. He had some pretty consistent and fast lap times. In fact, he started there in front of us. So that's the guy we got to worry about. And we've got to stay consistent and in front of him, which I don't see us not being able to do, but still just need to make sure we stay out here and in the lead as much as possible. Really do like this road course. This is like a lot of fun to race. I think they meant this more for the drift car pack that came out with Project Cars 2, but still it is a fun track to run with the IMSA style cars. It is a lot of fun and I do enjoy it. Also, honestly, the crowd that they got here is about what I expect, honestly. We got people camping and stuff, but we do have a pretty decent crowd here at Texas. So it's not a full grandstand, it's not sold out, but you do have a pretty decent crowd here. And I keep doing this here in turn 1 and 2. I keep letting the car slide down and letting it go off the apron there, which I really do not need to do. But yeah, really like how the car is driving this. Honestly, I'm so glad that I went with this car. That was the thing. I really wanted to run the GT at the beginning of this year. I tested that thing so many times with different setups and stuff. The car has so much. I mean, I like body roll, but that car just has so much body roll. There wasn't a way really to fix it. And it just, I don't know. I just didn't like how it drives. I mean, the Ford GT street car is fun. I mean, it's a street car, so it totally drives different than these cars. But, I mean, that car's fun to drive. The other one, though, I don't know what's going on. But, I mean, the rear end is just really happy. Wants to step out constantly, way too much. And they just, I don't know, just way too much body roll. Just a bunch of weird characteristics. That's just like, yeah, I cannot in good conscience and with great joy race this thing for the entire simulated season of IMSA this year. It's like I just cannot do that. It just would not have been fun. Even though I know it's like, hey, I'm only doing like 30 to 35 minutes of racing. Actually, I could not justify doing that. That just was not going to work. You know, not going to be fun. So, as I said, got to figure out what we're doing next year. I'm expecting probably we'll do about the same as we did. Probably switch up to LMP2 cars, but we'll find out. We're going to try and get, at some point, Project Motor Racing and check that out and see what all tracks they have. I know they're supposed to have Sebring, which I cannot wait to try out. Have not driven Sebring. Hasn't been a game that I know of that has had Sebring in it for a very long time. There was Total Immersion Racing, which I've got, and that has Sebring in it. Lots of fun. And from what I've seen, the track has not changed much since that game, so pretty cool. But yeah, that'll be that I know of the first time that Sebring has been back into a major racing game, major racing title in a very long time. So that's going to be a lot of fun to test out and drive. I know Daytona's supposed to be in it, Lime Rock Park. I believe Canadian Tire might be in it as well, so that's a little bit different. So that's pretty cool. But not sure what other tracks might be added on later on. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But so far, we continue to be in the lead. No damage. Tires are wearing pretty good. We're not really pulling away. We're keeping a good gap, but we are not really pulling away from the guys behind us. They're like 2 seconds behind, but they're staying within sight of me, so they're doing a really good job there. So we're not pulling away that much. Yeah, Corvette's doing a really good job keeping us in sight. We are getting a little bit more cloud. That's starting to cool the track temp a bit there. And as I said, we are heading into the evening, so that's also going to affect temperatures and whatnot. So we'll have to see how that all transpires and switches up things here. Should be pretty interesting. Yeah, we should be racing under the lights, which will be fun. That will be fun, racing under the lights. There is nothing quite like under the lights at Daytona for the Road X. There's just nothing quite like that. That is an awesome experience. And very similar. This definitely gives you that Petit Daytona feel, just on a much smaller scale, which is really why it's like, hey, it's like I can't do Petit Le Mans, but I can do Petit Daytona. That's why that was the whole inspiration behind that. It's like, hey, this thing is so close to Daytona in style and feel. It is just awesome. So that's just gives you that little bit of feel for it. It's really cool. Absolutely love it. Looks like we got some GTP guys starting to infiltrate the GTD classes. So they should be ripping through here in a bit. So we have to see. Haven't had a whole lot of DNFs. We had some DNFs in the first part of the season, some big crashes and other issues, but haven't had a whole lot since then. So that's been kind of interesting to see as we've continued to go through the season by keeping up the aggression of the cars while passing. That's caused us to have some more incidents on track, which has been fun. Definitely like that. And that's what's going to be interesting with NASCAR 25 is all the AI settings for AI being loose, interactions, aggression, whatnot, all those settings are going to look like. That's going to be pretty interesting to see how that all affects those cars. So very interested to see how that AI works. That's going to be pretty cool. Alright, so we are close to being 10 minutes in. Cloud cover is starting to change. We're getting some heavier clouds in here, and that is going to be continuing to change the temperature here on our track. And the GTP guys are almost through the GTD pack, so they're going to be coming up to us here in a bit. Talking about the actual GTP class, there's going to be some cool sounding cars in that class at the Roar. So we got obviously the Valkyrie from Aston Martin. That's running the V12 with no mufflers. So that thing, I can't wait to hear what that thing sounds like at Daytona. That thing's going to be awesome. I have not gotten to see that thing yet. It was at Sebring, so that could have been something that I could have made, but just timing wise and whatnot, that didn't work. But it should be at Daytona this year, so that's going to be cool. You got the Lamborghinis. Lamborghinis sound cool. The Porsches sound good. The BMWs, they're actually switching over to a V8, so that's going to be fun to hear what those sound like. Because I think they've been running 4 cylinders in them for the majority of their time since they switched over the classes there. So can't wait to hear what that BMW V8 sounds like. That should be pretty cool to hear. And then you got Hyundai with Genesis coming into that class as well, so it's going to be interesting to hear what powertrain goes into that. I haven't heard exactly what's going into that, and I think Acura's back. So, anyways, GTP class. Be interesting to see what all is in that class for sure, and definitely be neat to hear how all those cars sound. So I've heard rumors that Genesis / Hyundai is supposed to be in the GTD class in future, so we'll see what happens to that. But obviously, like an inline style car will be in GTD at some point, is the rumor. So that'll be pretty cool to see what car they go with. But yeah, be cool. Definitely be cool. Definitely like the sound of those Cadillacs in the GTP class, though. Those things sound awesome. Much better than the Corvettes. The Corvettes used to sound so good, and now they I don't know, the cars sound like they're sick, about to die or something. They do not sound that good. Alright, we got GTP guys here. We're just going to let off the throttle, let these 4 guys go. We also got a mosquito in my face too, so that's always a fun experience. Always love that. Got some more GTP guys here behind me. Let those guys go on past. And there'll be some more to follow here in a bit. And that's another reason why I absolutely love Project Cars 2. The pinnacle of audio. I mean, you got all the cars that are racing around and all of the audio. It sounds so good, especially at Daytona. For whatever it is, at Daytona they just totally nailed the audio in that game with all the cars running around. You just hear that reverberance of all the cars just echoing inside of Daytona, which that is just such a awesome feeling. I just love that feeling. That you're driving into Daytona through the tunnel. Even before then, you can just hear all the cars. But once you enter the infield, it's just that absolute deluge of all things motorsport just racing around. It is a experience like no other, and it never gets old. It's always awe and wonder every time you go in there and all the cars are running around at the track. It's awesome. Getting at the turn here, we are getting close to our 20-minute updates. We have almost 15 minutes completed here. Ooh, car does not want to turn there. There we go. So we have stayed consistently in front of this Corvette. That has not been an issue for us whatsoever. Definitely like that. Now the only problem that I have with this style of racing is that it is very hard to get yourself a sip of water. NASCAR, you can kind of do it on the straights. This one, not so much. It is very hard to be able to reach over and grab that water without pausing the game. So we might have to do that here at the 20-minute mark because my mouth is getting dry and I'm kind of thirsty. So we'll have to do that here in just a minute. It'll be the 20 minutes update presented by Combustion Gamer Gear. Get yourself some beautiful 40 ounces or other drinking utensils from the shop as we continue the countdown here to our 20-minute break. It's getting ever closer. Ever so close. Also, the clouds are really starting to build up here. Interesting. Ooh, we are actually having a pretty good lap. Makes me not want to brake, actually, but my lips would say otherwise. Yeah, track temp is definitely going down, though. And there we are. 20-minute break. Gotta take a sip of water because I am thirsty. Water is good. I like water. Alright, we're bringing it back. We're still in the green. Had to pick up where I was on track there for just a second. Come on, car, turn. And we're going to lose all that beautiful green that we had there for a minute. My track is starting to get a little bit faster as we continue to get sun. Ooh, there we go. Sun's starting to go down there as well. That's an interesting place. I did not realize the sun goes down over there. I thought I was not aware where how this track was laid out. I was thinking it was about the same as Daytona, but apparently the sun goes down in a different direction. That is interesting. But yeah, we're starting to get into evening. We're starting to get some more cloud cover as we're getting into the evening. And that's going to start affecting temperatures here on the track surface itself, which is going to affect how everybody is able to drive. Let's see, where's that Corvette? That Corvette about 3 seconds back. So we are consistently where we are pretty good there. But that Corvette definitely will get to us eventually. And look at that tire wear. I had not watched that yet. Pretty important information there. You can see where we're wearing tires at and stuff. Get this car turned. There we go. Starting to get some of that overcast descending onto the track as expected. Beautiful sun out that way, though. It looks absolutely beautiful. Yeah, tire wear definitely, even with the harder tires, an issue because the inside course, they're pretty rough, all things considered. Definitely changes up the dynamic of tire wear. Yep, and there is the overcast fog that was expected here into the evening. It is descending. And as the sun goes down, the lights of the track will be coming on. Track lights on the track are already on, actually. All of those are starting to pop on. Where are we at on? Yeah, we got a good distance already. Yeah, fog has descended and it has arrived. Going to make it a fun experience. Lights are on the track. The fog has settled in. Look at that. Wow. Fast transition, that's for sure. They said once evening hit, the fog was going to fall, and it has fallen, and that is some thick stuff. Wow. Got lights on. So this is going to make things fun if there's a crash or anything weird in front of us. You can see the temperatures, too, going down on the majority of our equipment. And that's also going to really affect my markers, because that is thick fog. You can see the lights through it, but that is about it. Looks like we're finally getting some NMP2 guys potentially through the field, which could make things quite a lot of fun here in the next few moments. But yeah, all my markers are gone, so I gotta pay attention here to where I need to brake and stuff, because my markers are gone. They are wrapped in fog. I don't think I have raced much in the fog, honestly. Not something that I typically do, because I like seeing my car quite a lot. But yeah, lights are on the track and fog has fallen. That is insane looking fog. Don't remember if it's supposed to lift later on into the night or if it's supposed to get thicker. One of the two. So not a fun experience either way. Ooh, got a little loose there as we hit the flat part of the tri-oval. Rear tires starting to have a little less grip. You see the tires, they are pretty well worn out. We have been running hard. See the brake lights and stuff like that. Yep, you can see the little bit of sun there in the distance going down as fog has fallen right before sunset. That is a wacky weather pattern, but that is what we were expecting. Just gotta pay attention to what's in front because, as I said, I do not have any markers whatsoever where I'm supposed to be. There, you got an NMP2 guy approaching. Might be a GTP back through again. Yep, it might miss my braking zone there. I can't tell who that is. It's either going to be GTP or NMP2. With how fast I'm staying in front of him, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the NMP2. Fog, I think, has gotten worse. Also, night has really fallen here as well. Yep, NMP2 guys coming through. I think that's a GTP right there, though. Oh, you know what? They might have been pitting. Ooh. Yep, that braking zone, that thing comes up on you quick, and if you are not paying attention at the high speed, ooh boy, it's not a good thing. Infield courses aren't so bad because infield turns aren't so bad because you're able to watch for them a little bit better because of the lower speeds, but those off the oval portions, those things are not fun to try to watch for. That's some thick fog. Imagine if this place didn't have lights, that's for sure. This would be a red flag for sure. Oh, fog is lifting. Fog has lifted around the track. That is what we were expecting as well. It's either that or it's going to get thicker. The fog has magically lifted here as the temperature is equalized. That's what we like. Alright, we got some fast cars here. I'll let these guys pass. There he goes. Alright, now that we got our visuals back, let's try and figure out what we got going on here. With 12 minutes remaining in the race, temperatures have drastically changed as we have now hit nighttime here at Texas. We are getting close to only 11 minutes left to go. Look at this place lit up here at night now that the fog has risen. That is a beautiful looking track at night. Once again, Daytona vibes. Absolutely love it. We were able to drive away from our Corvette Chaser there. Pretty sure we got enough tire to make it to the end. Wouldn't hurt to save a little bit though. Be a little bit easier on the tires. And we also got the Corvette right there, so we can't really be that nice to our tires. Although it wouldn't be a bad idea. With the different temp changes and stuff, We've been running pretty consistent lap times. All things considered. Oop, we got somebody right behind me. GTP? Yep, GTP car. Try and stay on the top here, let those guys go on the bottom. I saw 173 going into turn 1. That's a little bit too high to try and make turn 1, but that is impressive. I think that's the highest speed I have seen this entire race. Yeah, with the tires at their different wear points, it's definitely making it a little bit more on the difficult side to get the car woed down in the turns. We have run hard this entire time. The car amazingly has no engine damage or actually any bumper damage. So we've kept the car really, really clean here at Texas. True, we haven't been overly around anybody, but we've been able to stay out of everybody's way, which has been helpful. And I haven't messed around with anybody coming through on the faster car front, so that's nice. Gonna kind of cut this guy off. We'll go back to the high side of the track here and let him go by on the bottom if he so desires. I think this is NMP2 guy right here. Yep, NMP2 car there. A little bit slower, but they're finally cycling their way through. Looks like I got about 2 guys more there. So far, nobody out of the session, so no mechanical issues or anything like that. Everybody is still running pretty hard here towards the end of this race, so that's nice to see. That no one's having any issues with their cars. That's a pretty cool thing there. Seems like we're actually getting a pretty decent amount of speed by running this top line here. Also with the tires where they're at, they seem to be liking running this top lane as well. Good amount of grip. Still got that Corvette looking there behind us. Should be able to hold him off, I would imagine. As we have done the majority of this race, tires definitely something to keep an eyeball on. As we're coming to 7 minutes remaining here in the race. I'm pretty sure that we can make it all the way here without too much of an issue. Fuel is good, so that's not going to be an issue for us. Absolutely love the at-night sights of all the cars on the banking, in the infield, all those headlights running around. Just a beautiful sight to behold. Just trying to stay in front of this Corvette here. Kind of been the story for the majority of this season, staying in front of the Corvette. We're now at 6 minutes to go here in the session. Beautiful night skies here at Texas. Fog all nice and cleared up. Just some beautiful overcast skies, but the track nicely lit up here under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway as we are closing in on the finish of the Petit Daytona here. Second that we've ever done. So that makes it fun. I think we got another Aston Martin there directly behind the Corvette, so these guys staying consistent within striking range, so if I make a big mistake, they are there. So our goal, be consistent and don't make a mistake. Sounds like a pretty good goal to me. Off the throttle there on the turn 1, kind of helps equalize, so we're not using a whole lot of brake to unsettle the car here. Ooh, Corvette is right there. That Corvette getting close. Don't like that. Don't like how close that Corvette is. Don't like how close that Corvette is at all. But I haven't driven away from these guys whatsoever. I've stayed pretty consistently in front of them, now starting to slowly fall back, or they're starting to find something. Either way, they're there. I like that. I do like that. I don't want to be just running away. We got a little bit of engine damage starting to catch up to the car. A lot of shifting, lots of other wear and tear, so only one damage or wear points there on the engine. That's not too bad for all the temperature changes we have gone through so far in this race. And with 4 minutes to go back across the line. Getting a nice gap here on the guys. Got to lose some speed into turn 1 and 2. Got a GTP car right there. Got to fight for this position so we stay in front of the Corvette. But yeah, tire grip is not a thing much anymore. We are really losing the grip here, especially in the turns, because tires are slipping and sliding around quite a bit. Yeah, rear tires really slipping around quite a lot there. I try to go to the outside, let him have the inside there. Still gonna hit me. Come on, dude. Even at the bottom. Not a whole lot of bottom, but enough for you to move. Alright, closing in on the end. Can we make it all the way? Still got enough sliver of tire to do it, I think. It itched my nose there, caused a little bit loose to the tri-oval. Actually, that's a lot loose to the tri-oval. Tire grip is not sticking with me here. Whoop, dip, 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 dip. Don't like the apron. Apron not good. Apron bad. Apron bad. Alright, nice and easy into this turn. Very good, very good. Back to throttle. Alright, we're at 2 minutes closing in here. And you can see tire. Don't have much of it at all. Still got my wing though. Luckily that would have been bad if the GTP car had knocked off my wing. That would have been very, very bad. But yeah, we do not have much tire left at all. I bet that we are probably on some cords with how low the tire is. Question is, can we make it for at least 2 more laps? I think that we can. We did a pretty good job at New Zealand saving tires. That left front though, I'm not liking how low he is. Definitely glad we went with hard tires. If we had not gone with that, we would be in a mess. A royal mess. Back across the line, only about 1 minute and 18 seconds to go, so best case scenario, final lap. Worst case scenario, 2 to 3 laps to go. We'll have to wait and see as we'll probably cross the line after the timer expires. Ooh, loose. Yeah, tire grip is gone. Tire grip is gone. Especially on the braking and turning. It no likey. They're just gonna be nice and easy here. Try not to destroy that left front. We gotta keep that Corvette at bay, that's for sure. Alright, will the tire be expired by the time we get to the line? That's going to determine how many laps we have left, as we got the Corvette breathing right there. He is right there, both Corvettes and an Aston Martin. Field has caught up, grip has been lacking. Alright, here we go, we're coming to the line. Timer is going down. Ooh boy, where are we going to be at? Alright, timing's expired, we still are racing. So, the whole field, we are racing. There is no stopping, we are racing. So what we do here is for position. Ooh, Corvette knows it too. He is coming in hot. We got enough tire. Question is, will this be the last lap coming on by here? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Turn, 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 turn. Corvette's right there. Ooh, Corvette's been close. And we also got, I think, some NMP2. Oh no, they're dropping back. Corvette's coming. Corvette is coming. He wants it. I know he wants it. We raced this whole race, had about a 2-second advantage. He is right there. And he is fast. Alright, we should be good through here. He wasn't nowhere close enough. Just don't. We gotta find out, is this the last lap or not? We're gonna find out here as we're gonna cross the line. Should be, but not sure. Final lap, we are done. Right there, we are over. Here at Texas Motor Speedway, we have won our class right here at beautiful Texas Motor Speedway for Petit Le Mans. That is awesome. And this guy right here, ooh, he did a good job. The number 6 Corvette, good job to you, buddy. You were fast. Very, very fast. That was a race. And I gotta say, absolutely love this beautiful Aston Martin. This thing is just such a absolute fun car. Absolutely love it. Got all the beautiful views of this car. But that is the end of our IMSA season. That was a ton of fun. We got the beautiful, man, this car just looks beautiful. Beautiful paint scheme, beautiful sponsors. It is a beautiful, beautiful racing car. So absolutely love it. So anyways, guys, that is it for us. I don't think I have enough time to do a burnout. Let's see here. Got a little bit of tire left. Not a whole lot though. Season-ending burnout here at Texas Motor Speedway. And that is going to be it for us, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. But we end the season with a huge win. Absolutely love this race car here. This thing is beautiful. And we really didn't put much of a dent onto it. So we really, really like that. So that is absolutely awesome. So anyways, guys, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you enjoy these videos, come back, watch some more. And until then, guys, have a great day. And God bless as we drive through the grass here and give it a little bit of a momo. But beautiful race, beautiful track. Tons of fun. Do a little burnout in the grass with the fans. Yeah, baby.